from me and our new coffee cups, which are quite literally the size of my entire head. Charlie very excitedly showed me these yesterday, and I'm not gonna lie, a big coffee in the morning, especially as we come into autumn, is never a bad thing. Despite my appearance, I have been up for a couple of hours. I've done a Peloton this morning, I've washed my hair. As usual, I'm letting my hair mostly dry naturally. I'm a little bit puffy faced still, but hopefully this will sort that out, and a little bit of pampering, which I'm going to show you shortly. But I did want to start the vlog fairly early today because there is a lot going on. When is there not a lot going on here at the house, or actually outside the house today? If I look out this window, I'm sorry about my hair by the way, one day I'll brush it before starting the vlog, but this is my naturally drying hair state. We have got a skip full of goodness knows what. We've got 4 Nicholson stands. We've got a crane in our garden, we've got a digger in the garden, we've got a JCB, but it's actually mostly the courtyard over by the coach house, which is getting its glow up starting today. So I'm really looking forward to showing you that process. As you may know, it's just kind of like a turning around point. Obviously, my mum had tried to make it look lovely, which she did, with an umbrella, some deck chairs, and lots of plant pots, but having been inspired by... Can you even take me seriously with this hair? I promise I'll sort myself out in a second. But yeah, having been inspired by so many beautiful gravel gardens, like at Time, for example, we wanted to give that area just a really beautiful makeover so that mum has somewhere lovely to call her own. So it's going to be a really lovely transformation around there. It's a beautiful day today as well. And later on today, Charlie and I are heading up to Norfolk. We have got a staycation, another staycation, oh my gosh, after our store-top staycation with friends. We're staying in an Airbnb for 3 nights, but we've just got so much going on here today that we can't leave until much later. But even though it is going to be a manic day today, I'm going to start today with a little bit of pampering just to get myself ready for the weekend. I feel like especially when it's going to be a busy day, you should give yourself that time, that little bit of me time. I've done my spin, I've had my nice shower. As you might have just seen, I have got my Charlotte Tilbury face mask in the freezer, ready to do my complexion this morning. I like to leave it in the freezer for 15 to 20 minutes, so in that time I will slurp my coffee, and then I thought we'd do a little bit of a speedy autumn get ready with me. Oh gosh, I've just seen another contraption in our garden. What is this? That looks like a crane to me. Basically, I'm always really sad when any trees get taken down, but we live in a conservation area, so we have to do what's right for the long term. And we've been told that this dead tree, I mean, to me it looks alive because it's covered in green, but it's actually ivy. That I don't know if the ivy killed the tree or if that's just all that's left, but that item here has to go down because it's disrupting. Don't know if you can see, there's a power cable here which also leads to the chapel, so we've been ordered to take it down. So that crane there I think belongs to the tree surgeon. Obviously we've had to wait until nesting season is over. It should give us a nice bit of even more light to the garden and a view to the orchard beyond. I'm actually going to go and check out the orchard later on today. I haven't done it yet since it's been like apple season, because I can see these trees are just overflowing with apples, just like the one in our garden. So yeah, I thought I would show you this view because it's going to look very different by the end of the day. Okay, my darlings, up in the dressing room now, and I've changed robes, but I was just blow drying my hair and getting really toasty. The sun has come out, hallelujah. So I have something very exciting to introduce you to in my little pouch that you may have just seen me about half an hour ago popping in the freezer. This is brand new from Charlotte Tilbury, who, as we all know, loves to be at the forefront of innovation and products which are going to make a real difference in our skin, how we look, how we feel. And this is the Cryo face mask, or as I like to call it, the frozen face mask. This is, whoop, that way up, this is a reusable face mask, which, as you can guess, I have just popped in the freezer. And let me show you this way around. So it's silicone, which means it's really comfortable, fits on everybody's face. is it's got these little bubbles here suspended in gel, and then these little dots here which work as acupressure points. So this is inspired by ice tech and Charlotte's love of using ice therapy during her backstage sessions. I'm going to pop it on because I don't want it to get defrosted, let's say. So you pop it on your face. The acupressure dots should be above the brow bone, and then it's got these little Velcro sections. I've seen some people doing this on review videos and they look so glamorous, whereas I'm afraid I look like that character from Star Wars. I'm sure you'll already know exactly what character I mean, but I'll pop a picture of him on the screen here. And then you do the Velcro, oh my gosh, above your head. So yes, I look totally ridiculous, but oh my goodness, it feels so, so good. So let me explain a little bit why you would put yourself through looking like such a plonker. So first of all, these little acupressure points here, this is designed so that you give yourself a little bit of a massage to relax your facial muscles. I don't know about you, but I feel like I carry stress in my brow. I've always got a furrowed brow. I always have got a resting bitch face. And these little pressure points, you don't even need to massage them because the mask is kind of like pressing them onto your skin, but just helps to relax those facial muscles. But what I find gives even more of an immediate difference are these cooling patches. So you've got this big cooling patch on the cheekbones here, and then you've got one, as you saw, underneath the chin and up on the forehead. And what this does, so cryogenics and ice tech has been used for firming, lifting, brightening the skin, and typically you'd go into a salon and you'd pay probably hundreds of pounds for this kind of treatment. But now, just by sticking this I look like a chipmunk, I'm so sorry, sticking this in the freezer for up to, I would say, around half an hour, you can get those same benefits from home. And when they were testing this out, the results were absolutely insane. It was like over 200% increase in firmness, increase in smoothness of the skin. And that's something that I instantly find, that my skin just looks glowy, looks lit from within, makeup goes on much better. And if you've not had a very good night's sleep, and I think they say that lack of sleep is like the #1 concern that our generation has. If you've not had a good night's sleep, then yes, obviously you're going to wake up puffy, and this coolness under here helps with the depuffing. You're going to wake up with dull and dehydrated skin, and one of the other benefits of ice technology is it really like brings the blood to the surface, so instantly you look glowing, you look awake, you look alert. Can you take me seriously with my little snooter sticking out? Oh my gosh. And that's the main thing for me, especially as the nights are getting longer, the mornings are darker when we wake up. I feel like I look tired and puffy until at least like my 3rd coffee of the day, and I really need to cut down my coffee consumption. But this just makes me look and feel refreshed and revitalized and depuffed straight away. If you ever used to stick a teaspoon in the freezer to get the depuffing effects around your eyes, try this instead. So this is new to Charlotte Tilbury on charlottetilbury.com, £49, which I actually think is so good considering the cost per use. So I'll leave this link down below. Oh my gosh, if you just want your skin to look awake and refreshed, it's fantastic. So I'm now just gonna massage it in a little bit. I normally leave it on for around 10 minutes. What you can do, I've just pulled this one aside because I'm going to pack it to take with me to Norfolk later. This is my little mini of the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Serum, and what I actually do is I refill this with the big one. It's so good for putting in my travel bags. You can pop a serum on before, but I quite like to pop it on afterwards. But anyway, I'll tell you more about that later. I'm just going to finish my process. Okay, I may have gone a little bit hard on my acupressure points. My skin gets creased really easily, and sometimes if I have given myself a proper little massage with the bumps, I mean, these all disappear within the next 3 minutes. But I feel like my skin, it's not shockingly cold when you put it on, and obviously by the time you take it off, everything has melted. There's no liquid, but you know, the kind of liquid between these bits is all melted, so it softens even more the longer that you've had it on. But I feel like I've had someone massaging my face. If you've ever had a facial where someone's really like using their knuckles to bring the muscles up, that is how I feel after using this mask. And my eye area and puffiness, especially as we go into winter, is one of my biggest skincare concerns. So what I like to do, well, as part of my routine, what I'll do is I'll wipe this down either with a reusable cotton pad, just wipe it down, and then I will pop it in its pouch ready for next time. Then I'll go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Serum, and this has got so many incredible ingredients in it. My favorite being niacinamide, which is great for reducing pore size, gives you that luminous complexion, great for anti-aging. It's a fantastic anti-aging serum. It's one that I actually recommend to all of my friends. It's kind of one of those one size fits all products, no matter what your skincare concern. Dullness, dryness, dehydration, fine lines. This is one of those serums that helps with everything. So I like to pat this into my skin. Charlotte's got a magic ingredient as well. I want to say it's called Replexium, but I might have made that up, which is all about giving you the glow. But as I always say, my main skincare or facial concern is the eye area. And when I got the press release for this, I was like, oh my gosh, that is literally all of my press answered. So this is also new from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Cryo Recovery Eye Serum. As you might be able to tell, Charlotte has been very inspired by ice technology, cryogenics? Cryotech, and also with the little dots, the more ancient art of acupressure. But so she's also got the cryo technology within this, and it has got the most amazing little nib. If you've ever used an eye cream with a cooling nib before, you'll know that it instantly just makes your eye area feel so refreshed, and it's so cooling, instantly depuffing. So I apply it with that, and then I'll massage it in really gently with my fingers. This has also got, I think it's 2% caffeine, which, as you can guess, just makes the eye area look and also feel so much more awake instantly. If you ever wake up and you just feel like your face is tired for those first few hours after you get out of bed, this is an instant solution to that. Charlotte calls it her Ice Awake and Caffeine Complex. It's also got that Replexium. That's not right, I'll put the correct thing on the screen here. And this has been designed so that you get those instant benefits of the depuffing and that more refreshed feeling thanks to the caffeine and the cooling depuffing nozzle applicator, but it's also got long-term benefits of anti-wrinkle, helping with those fine lines. So you're getting the long-term benefits and the short-term benefits. I'll leave the Cryo Recovery Eye Serum link down below as well. This is also new, also available on charlottetilbury.com, and this is £45. And then of course I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream as my final step before makeup application. This was developed by Charlotte after she had kind of her own concoction that she used backstage on her models. Just like she uses the ice tech backstage, it's all about getting the skin, no matter what condition it's in, no matter how much sleep you've had, just to instantly look amazing, but also have those long-term benefits as well. This is a fantastic moisturizer to bring into your skincare routine at this time of year where the temperatures start to drop, where we maybe start to have a little bit more artificial heat, like heating in the house if your skin starts to get a bit dehydrated, because it's a little bit thicker than the typical moisturizer. Sometimes I like to use more of a gel consistency, lighter moisturizer in summer, but as we go into autumn, I like to tap it into the skin. This one is fantastic, so it just gives you that healthy look. And I notice that nearly every makeup artist that I've ever had my makeup done by will use this, because makeup just sits so well on top of this cream. And if you've never seen it up close before, it's this really gorgeous thick consistency, but at the same time your skin will just drink it in, take all the goodness that it needs from the magic cream. It's just one of those iconic products for a reason, because it just works so, so well. Oh, and this actually arrived this morning, literally perfect timing. So this is a refill, which I think is such a fantastic idea. So no more do you need to throw away this amazing jar, because it really is just so beautiful. Charlotte has now developed refills, which is such a good idea, and also makes it even more affordable to get your hands on your favorite moisturizer. I don't know if I've ever noticed this before, but it's called the Instant Turnaround Moisturizer. Have I got a different version? No, it is the Magic Cream. SPF 15, UVA protection. Maybe because that's literally what it does. Like, you can be having a dull, dehydrated skin day, and this will just turn it around. So next, before makeup application, this is my favorite. I'm almost run out. Invisible UV Flawless Poreless Primer, SPF 50, Smooth Looking Skin Daily Defense. This has got, it's kind of like a light gold color. Gives even more luminosity to the skin. You get that SPF protection. Works really nicely on top of the Magic Cream, just to give you the perfect base to start doing your makeup. My skin feels so smooth right now. I have been noticing the texture had been going a little bit downhill, but especially with the mask, because another benefit of Ice Tech, I can't remember if I've said this already, is it brings the blood to the surface, and the skin kind of does what it's meant to do. Like, it regenerates itself better, literally, as well as the firming and lifting. Your skin is revived. It literally feels revived. My skin is perfectly prepped for makeup application. Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Hollywood Filter. This does act as, I mean, it does act as a base. You could use one or the other, or if you're extra like me, use both. On days like today, when I don't need to have a full face of makeup on, this is enough of a base for me, because it has got the tiniest bit of coverage, but it's also so smoothing. Gives me a little bit of just colour to my complexion. Obviously it does come in a few different shades, but for me, what's this? Medium Moyenne number 4 is the shade that I've got. This is actually enough for me, and then if I do have any areas where I want a little bit more coverage, then I can just add some concealer. Sometimes I feel like by finishing it with a brush, it just feels even more like my actual skin. I genuinely could do my entire face of makeup from the Charlotte Tilbury Instant Look in the palettes. These are, you'll always find one of these in my handbag, but it has got, this one is probably quite an old one now, Stoned Rose Beauty 5-minute face on the go. You've got bronzer, powder, blush, and the most flattering eyeshadow shades. So I'm going to start, I should have said this is literally my 5-minute quick, I'm just working from home today makeup. Adding some bronzer in. I always start by the cheekbones and then take it to the rest of my face when there's a little bit less on my brush, just so it all blends in. So I'm going to use my Airbrush Flawless Finish. I have the shade number 2, medium, and this, as you might be able to guess from the name, it just gives you the softest, literally, airbrush finish, and I apply it to the areas not only where I get shiny, so my T-zone, but I also set my makeup under my eyes. I actually didn't use under eye concealer today because I didn't feel like I needed it, because my eye serum and my face mask did such a good job at depuffing. That's actually insane. And that's going to be really good for the longevity of my makeup today, because where I do have a few fine lines and wrinkles, my under eye concealer would normally settle in there, no matter how much buffing I do, but I've not had to apply any today. That is actually amazing. And then whatever's left on my brush, I'll just take everywhere else, just for those skin softening benefits and mattification, but mattification without looking powdery, which we all know that I hate. Okay, one of the world's best blushes, Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic in the shade Pillow Talk. This one is just the most flattering, almost like ambery pink, perfect for early autumn, with a little touch of highlight in the middle. To be honest, I normally just use the same brush as my bronzer. And then with a smaller brush, taking that pop of highlight. See, often on a daily basis, I wouldn't reach for highlight, but because it's here in the middle of the blush, I do. Okay, so I would often just use the eyeshadow colours from this palette because they're so flattering. But I did bring up, just for this video, it's normally downstairs in the bathroom, my Instant Eye palette. Or should I use the nudes? Maybe I'll do something a bit different because you've seen the Instant Eye so many times. And this is newer from Charlotte Tilbury, the Nudes palette. This is called the Super Nudes Easy Eye palette. And as predicted, I'm going to use the day shades. So just this very first one here, all over the lid. It's the perfect, almost like terracotta-y brown. And if, like me, you're just not very patient or especially talented with your makeup, it's a really nice base colour. So I'm just smudging this all over, taking it out a tiny bit to the side. And then this shade here, I'm just going to use as a little bit of a soft crease colour, keeping my eye open, doing the half moon shape, following the natural crease of my eye. Don't know if this is an official technique, but this is just always what I've done. And then I'll normally go in with a clean brush just to blend it out. I'm really sorry if I've been flashing you this whole time, oh my goodness. Yes, I would usually do my brows before my eyeshadow, but whenever I'm filming, I get nervous and I do things in the wrong order. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Cheat in soft brown, and it is the perfect shade for me. And I like that it's roll up and then a really skinny pencil. And I just try and apply in really nice, soft, hair-like strokes. Since my brows are microbladed, I don't need to do too much to them at all. And then to soften them even more, using the spoolie on the other end, I'll just brush through. And we have the Legendary Brow Micro Precision Tinted Brow Gel from Charlotte Tilbury. Can you see a running theme here? This actually gives it actually positions a little bit of colour on each brow hair, so I feel like it really voluminizes my brows. And also, once this puts them into position, they are not moving for the rest of the day, which I love. Quick flick of mascara. And then I'm actually not going to use Pillow Talk lip liner for once. I'm going to use Hot Gossip, mostly because my Pillow Talk desperately needs sharpening, but also it's just, I would say, slightly one further up the autumnal scale. It's a little bit deeper. And I know this looks quite intense for an everyday makeup look, so what I like to do, because I have drawn in the entire lip, it is a habit that I've got into, so what I'll do is I'll lift it with this most beautiful lipstick, and this is also fairly new, I believe. It's the shade Catwalking. Again, it's just a perfect natural brownie pink. This has become my everyday autumn lipstick, and when I've worn it in YouTube videos, I've been getting a lot of questions. I've actually had a few people email me to ask what lipstick I'm wearing, and it is Catwalking. And I would say the finish is like a satin matte, so you get the intensity of a matte, but it still feels balmy and comfortable, and I just absolutely love it. Oh my goodness. If I am going out in an evening, I'll add the Can Tropez, this beautiful lip gloss. I'll show you how this looks. Just adds a little bit more of that pinkness back in. Sometimes if I feel like I've gone too intense with the autumnal tones of my lipstick, that will lighten it and it'll add that gloss back in. And I know I have already done a little bit of highlight, but this is the Nudegasm face palette, and I think it's one of my favourite palettes to have ever existed. So this is also coming with me to Norfolk. It's got the lovely bronzy shades, depending on if you want like an all over or a bit of a contour. This one I do use for a highlight slash blush, and I also love it on my eyes. And then this is the most insane highlight. I've got my everyday highlight on for my blush, but let me just show you. Lit from the actual heavens. I love it. Such a beautiful highlight. I'm going to leave this palette. I'm going to leave everything that I've used linked down below. I'm having a real Charlotte Tilbury fangirl moment, and now looking at the makeup mess in front of me, I realise how many of my favourite products are Charlotte Tilbury. I would say if you are to invest in just a few things, I think skincare is so important. Those steps before you pop on your makeup make so much more of a difference than the actual makeup itself. If depuffing is on the agenda, and if you do want something that's just going to firm, lift, revive the skin, give this a go. I think it would also make such a nice gift for your beauty loving friends because it's so unusual. It's one of those things that guaranteed no one has tried anything like this before. I've never heard of anything like this before, but that's why we know and love Charlotte Tilbury, for all her innovation. If you are looking to invest in something for yourself to make a really big difference to the eye area, this is fantastic both in the short term and the long run. Obviously the serum literally just works for everybody. Charlotte Tilbury lip oil is something that you'll also find in my handbag at all times this year, especially as it starts to get cooler. And then if you are finding that you just want something to make your makeup go on beautifully, to really revive the complexion, then the Magic Cream is iconic for a reason. So gosh, I have been rambling for a very long time. This is meant to be a quick makeup look. So I now need to get packing. I need to get dressed and I need to get packing. As I mentioned, we've got a lot going on in the house today, so we won't be leaving until a little bit later. I'm very much looking forward to a weekend away. You can never complain about this, but it is quite stressful having stuff going on, whether in or out of your house. You've got to, like, I've already been outside 5 times this morning to make sure they know what they're doing, and everyone's got coffee and brownie, etc. All while trying to film a little clip for you guys, but hey ho. That is my autumn makeup routine. I'd love to know if you guys have tried any of these products before, if you have spotted any of your favorites, what you think of the crazy frozen mask, as I like to call it, and yeah. Time to crack on. I have popped on my pumpkin dress. It feels very appropriate for today. We might even go down to the pumpkin patch, and I almost forgot to share my final step, which is of course my suitcase that I'm in the middle of packing. Airbrush Flawless setting spray. This is the one setting spray that doesn't dislodge my makeup when I'm wearing a face mask. Just keeps everything looking fresh all day long. So I'll apply a mist of this. And we're good to go. Okay, a little bit of a progress update for you. So as you can see, the tree is now looking very peculiar.
It's been topiarized.
It's been topiarized.
It does look like a
mushroom.
What's the little bonsai?
A bonsai
It looks
tree.
like a mini bonsai. So do you want to tell your lovely subscribers why it looks like that?
Do you want to tell them why, Donnie?
So I know people get a bit uncomfortable when we talk about, or when anyone talks about removing a tree. I think we've been through this before, but that is dead. It's a bit of a safety risk, and it's also a bit of an eyesore. So we have actually already planted a hawthorn to the left. So that, on the left, is what that was before the ivy took over. So we've already replaced it like for like, and we've replaced, well, we've put 2 other trees there. So we're getting rid of 1 tree, and we've got 3 to replace it. So I feel like we're doing well there.
So
however,
why has it not been chopped down?
It hasn't been taken down because we're actually not in a nesting season at the moment. However, pigeons, because of the unusual climate, apparently, they nest all year round now. So this time of year, normally birds wouldn't be nesting.
So global warming has confused the pigeons.
I guess so, that's what the guys were saying. So the guys from Nicholson's, extremely responsible, fair enough. I was like, you know, it's not ideal, but fair enough. When he was up there, he realised there's a nest with an egg in it. I think if there was a nest with nothing in, he would have had no issue. But because there's an egg in it, we have to leave it. He reckons of 2 weeks, and then I'll have to check. And then.
But here's the question: have you ever seen a baby pigeon? Well, actually, we have.
We have.
Because there was a little fat one over by the coach house.
So that is, yeah, it's a work in progress, but it gives us an idea of what it's going to look like. A lot of it has been removed.
Yeah.
And I think it will look brilliant.
Wonderful.
You're going to want to come down here quickly because the meadow, I feel like the meadows have the final piece of the jigsaw now. So basically what we've done here.
And by the way, the crabapple is changing colour. The leaves are going to all be golden.
Oh, amazing.
And the little crabapples are looking very colourful for autumn.
So basically down here, it's quite an exciting time for all around here because we've got a new wooden gate being put in here next week, which will give us a bit more privacy and security and just generally look nice. And then this is just, I don't know what variety of apple tree this is, but we've planted exactly this apple tree, the far one along. The one in the middle is a pear tree, and then the one closer to us is another type of apple tree.
Right.
So we've just added some more apple trees in. We've already got a few apple and pear trees on the left, and then we've got cherries and plums on the right.
Look how amazing my cosmos look. That's just an explosion of colour, and I think they will stay until the first frost.
What's interesting is Harry said that the cosmos that I've planted, which are chocolate cosmos, are perennial. So they
Wow,
will actually
they'll
come back, which feels a lot more worth the effort.
This is actually mad because I really hacked these back last week and they're all back and so colourful. There's some light pink ones in there.
Over here we've had more wildflower turf added.
More wildflower turf. Gosh, it looks good. Which we're watering in, and I just want to show you pumpkin update. It is now half orange. Very exciting, and this one in here is just starting to turn. And are you ready for this? Guinness World Records, prepare yourselves. This is literally the world's biggest, I can't even call it a courgette anymore, it is definitely a marrow, but in comparison to the size of my hand, it is mad. There's a nice little one there, so I'm going to pick that later to eat. And we've got a really big tromboncini over here as well. Ooh, look at my butternut squash. That is looking good in there. Oh my goodness. Seem to have had a secondary bout of strawberry growth as well. Are you sunbathing, chicken? Oh, it's a lovely day for doggies. Oh ho ho. So we have actually just got back from the pumpkin patch. I'm sorry I didn't vlog because we were busy taking some photos. I'll pop one of them on the screen here. Not sure if I'll have published it to my Instagram yet, or if I might wait until the 1st of October when it's a little bit more seasonal. But we did pick up some loot from the pumpkin patch, which I have already popped on the table here. They had a really nice selection of typical orange pumpkins, some of the ghost pumpkins, and also these little ones. I'll probably end up getting some much bigger ones throughout October for our autumn porch. I'm going to do that again this year, but quite pleased with my little loot for now. Good morning, my darlings. Today we are in Norfolk, much to Charlie's excitement because of Alan Partridge, his favourite TV personality. We're here for a really nice weekend break with friends, and we are staying in the most magical house. I actually arrived quite late last night. Everyone else was a couple of wines down already, but I haven't really explored the house yet. But I did wake up and audibly gasp when I saw the view, because this house overlooks the beach, the bay, the windmill. It's absolutely spectacular. So this morning we've all just had a cup of tea in our PJs and we're heading out to explore. This is my explorer outfit of the day. My little boots, just some leggings, a vest top because I think it is actually quite warm outside, crossbody bag for the ultimate exploring outfit of the day, and then a cozy cardigan just in case it gets a little bit chilly. We are checking out the village bakery. Charlie, they've got Torres crisps. That's a good sign. Everyone has recommended this place.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Vanilla croissant.
I'm just going to nibble on this on the walk. Do you want anything? Do you want a croissant?
So we've been on a fantastic morning stroll, coastal walk, and we have now found a reclamation yard. So we're going to have a little look around. Spotted anything?
I would actually like an old tool.
You never know what you're gonna find. Chasla, what are you preparing for us?
Bacon sarnies.
Wow, what do you think of this kitchen?
Sarnies, haddock farm bacon. And the key to a good bacon sarnie, in my opinion, is mixing streaky and black bacon.
Right.
So you've got a bit of both.
Ooh.
And then good ketchup.
This would be a great kitchen
or Stokes.
for...
Or Stokes winner, because that is one of my favourites. That's a really good ketchup.
Okay, and you've bought a Dalesford
I always
ketchup
used to
as
say you
well.
can't beat Heinz, but when you try these, Heinz is so average. It's basically just sugar.
And the huevos.
Yeah, and then brioche.
Brioche buns. Scrum. Smells amazing. Cheers, darling. Well, looking a little bit windswept, but after our delicious bacon butties at the house, we have now come to Holcomb Beach, which has come very highly recommended. Carrie has been here before and told us how beautiful it is, and we've been so lucky with the weather. It is absolutely beautiful. Not too hot, probably about 18 degrees, a nice little breeze. So we've opened a bottle of rosé, the boys are on the non-alcoholic beers, and it's just the perfect place to spend the afternoon. Have waited about 35 minutes for French's fish and chips. Very much hoping it will be worth the wait.
Huh?
Well, good evening, my darlings. It has been a rather wonderful day. When did I last speak to you? Well, I queued for about 35 minutes to go to French's fish and chip shop. It's apparently one of the best fish and chip shops in the entire country. There was a queue round the block, but it was lovely. Was it worth the wait? I'm not sure. I honestly think that the fish and chip shop in our local town is just a really, really good one, but it was an excellent chips, and I had a slush puppy too, so no complaints from me. We're now all dressed up, ready to go out for dinner. I can't remember the name of the place we're going, but I will catch it on the way in, and you may have spotted this outfit before. I shared it in Sunday's video. This little asymmetric knit from Reese, Joseph's skirt, and Valentino's. Good morning, my darlings. It is day 2 here in Norfolk, and I am seriously starting to fall in love with this seaside view. It's another beautiful day. We are very, very lucky indeed, and on the agenda today we're heading to a little place called Burnham Market for a Sunday roast and exploring of the lovely villages. I've popped on my Hannah artwear dress. This one you might recognise from my Instagram, my apple picking pictures, and I think I'm just going to take another little crossbody bag. I don't think we're doing quite as much walking as yesterday, so my little Chloe shoes should be perfect. My hair seems to really love the water here. It is ultra shiny after this morning's shower, but we shall see how it is after a little while in the sea salt breeze. But this is the outfit of the day. It's time to explore. Yorkshire pudding. Oh dear, it looks as dramatic as camera does it.
Don't worry, you come here.
And we are back at the house again after the perfect Sunday roast, and as you might have seen, it suddenly started to absolutely pour with rain. The heavens have opened, but Charlie has lit the fire and we all bought some board games. So we're going to play mine and Charlie's favourite first, which is Boulder Dash. If you've never played this before, I personally think it's the best board game in the whole world, especially if there are approximately 6 of you. I'm not going to explain all the rules, but if you're looking to add a board game to your Christmas or autumn winter afternoons, highly recommend Boulder Dash. We've got our cups of tea, everyone's getting their pajamas on, and it's going to be a cosy autumnal afternoon.
Who wants some chocolate?
Good morning again, my darlings. It is day 3 here in Norfolk, and it is our final day, so I've actually spent the morning packing up. We are leaving our lovely Airbnb this morning, but we do have another day of exploring on the cards. I think we are heading to Holcomb Hall today, which I was meant to come to a few years ago actually with Monica Vinader, because they actually make Monica Vinader jewellery there, which is really interesting, but it's a beautiful property and I just love looking around big old houses. So that's where we're heading this morning. First of all, I think we're doing bacon and egg butties for breakfast, and I've got another cozy but cute outfit of the day on. I packed for every eventuality: raincoats, wool coats, stuffy dresses, and today I've just gone for this lovely little floral dress from And Other Stories. I would have worn boots, but I actually gave myself blisters with my Prada boots on the first day, so gone for open-toe sandals, but it's actually fairly warm outside, so I think I'll be okay. Little crossbody bag, and then my chunky cardigan, which has been a saviour of the trip. Couldn't be bothered to redo my hair this morning, so I've just pinned the top layer back. So this is my outfit of the day. Smells like breakfast is almost ready, so let's go see. A little unconventionally, we've come into the gift shop first, and they've got such a lovely selection of things here, whether it's food, cheeses, handmade products, gardening things. We've got some gift cards, we've got some gardener's hand wash, some sweeties, and this rather lovely Hessian lined truck. What have you got your eye on, darling? I've already got some sweeties. Oh, get a stick of rock. Yeah, I got the Jolly Mix as well. So of course our first port of call is the walled garden at Holcomb. Let's see, so this is the produce they're bringing in for the hall. Cut flowers, tomatoes, beetroot, parsley, rosemary. Tasks this week to do in your garden: cutting back perennials, weeding, deadheading. These are the sort of things I need to do as well. Let's head in. So here we have some slightly dilapidated, it looks like these are old cold frames. They're doing some major renovation in here. There's an old falling apart greenhouse over there. It's quite magical. Obviously it's that time of year where most of the blooms have gone, but there's still some really beautiful things in here. This is where, because dahlias just keep going until the first frost. I have been informed that the world's biggest pumpkin lies down yonder. That is a monster.
It looks fake. It's so big. It
has been hollowed out, has it?
Yeah.
What a shame. Wow. Nature is amazing. There's loads of little ones in here. Good day.
But you're bad something there.
Charlie, are these little ewes?
Yes, they are.
They're beautiful. Well, hello again, darlings. Charlie and I have got back to the Cotswolds following a 4-hour, it's pretty much 4 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a
Road
solid.
trip.
It's the one thing, because a few people have asked me how was Norfolk, and I loved it, but we should have gone for an extra day, because the only thing is we didn't realise that it's nearly 4 hours from us here, but it's A roads.
Yeah, because we were basically travelling across country instead of up or down, so it's all the little higgledy-piggledy roads, but we had a wonderful time, and we are back in the Cotswolds, and we have actually just launched Straw Top Cottage, which is very exciting. So we're busy reading all the comments now. And let me tell you, when we launched the website, we finished the website at 4:59 and it went live at 5 o'clock. We do like to leave things for last minute, but it is live as we expected. Of course, a couple of little teething problems with the booking system, but we're getting through it. I just wanted to, gosh, all my makeup on my chin has completely vanished. I just wanted to mention that we have only opened the calendar for bookings up until the end of January, because we wanted to just ease ourselves in and make sure that we are comfortable with the process, etc., until we open up for spring and summer next year. So a lot of people message saying, I can't believe you're already booked out for the whole of next summer.
We are pretty much booked out for the date, so we've listed it for 4 months.
Yeah.
As in October, November, December, January.
Yeah.
And because we're doing 3-night minimum, and to start with we're just doing 1 booking a week, we are pretty much booked out.
Are we?
Yeah, pretty much.
But what I would say is keep an eye on the Straw Top Instagram at Straw Top Cottage, and also if you would like to be on the mailing list for any cancellations or last minute availability, just make sure you're signed up to the mailing list. I think what we'll probably do is 1 weekly newsletter, and we will list availability if they're for like last minute availability and any special things going on in the area to tempt you. So don't worry, you haven't missed out on spring and summer next year. We will probably open those bookings up in a few weeks, once we've had a few guests staying here and we feel confident that we understand the process. Even, for example, when it went live, we didn't realise that our booking system wasn't automatically taking deposits and things like that. So if you have tried to book, or you have booked and the process hasn't been that smooth, I apologise, but we are working on it. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone that has already sent such lovely, kind words and that has booked. I'm really excited to welcome our first guests, and I think maybe the next video that I do, when it's been open a little bit more, maybe Charlie and I will do a bit of a Q&A, because I think there are quite a lot of questions. But Caroline has been here again, who does the curtains and blinds and things like that since we were last here. So there's a few little updates. Charlie and I are up in the pink bedroom and it's looking so much better already. I can't believe our luck. Soho Home literally just launched robes in the sage green that is the Straw Top Cottage colour. How bloomin' perfect is that? So we have purchased 4 of those, 2 for each room. We're going to obviously get some more for washing turnover. But if you've never tried a Soho House robe, that's an excuse in itself to come to Straw Top Cottage, because they are
just the one big teddy bear, aren't they?
They are like a cloud. And then we've got the throw from Soho Home and the pillows, and then obviously we've got the bolster cushion coming, which will be the same fabric as the headboard, but unfortunately it was accidentally made in the wrong colour before, so we're waiting for that, and I think that'll finish this off really nicely. We got this lamp base from Etsy when I was buying the lampshades for the pink bedroom at home, and then Charlie found the lampshade. Is that Soho as well?
No, it's from Pookie.
Pookie.
Yeah, I really like the pattern on it.
Yeah.
It's a shame they used to do it in a red colour, because I was going to get one for our house, for the drawing room, but they stopped doing it. But I think you're right. I think that needs the lighter
It needs to be the same colour as the wall lights.
The problem with this room, I actually don't like how bright those light bulbs are, but the good thing is...
No, I think they need it because it's quite a dark room otherwise.
Well, this is what I was going to say. Like, the problem with this room is it's quite a dark room and it's quite an orange room otherwise.
Yeah.
But what's nice is, what I like when
so
you
cosy.
stay somewhere is that you have lots of options with lighting. Because I think a lot of hotels, and even like the cottage we just stayed in Norfolk, which was lovely, but little touches like this, where you can have different lighting for different moods. Because say you come back from a night out, you don't want really bright lights, you can take those or dim them, and then obviously you've just got this and this. And that was something that I think I learned from when you stayed at the Double Red Duke and you sent me pictures, is it almost looked a bit crazy, but they have loads of different lamps. Like, and I wouldn't even be against putting another one there, because it gives you different options.
Yeah, that's true.
As long as it's clear where to turn them on and off.
Yeah. Very true. So this room is almost there. That's again why we gave ourselves until the 1st of October for the first booking, because there's just tiny little tweaks. Even I was thinking we need to get like sachets of like sweetener and you know, sugars and things like that.
That's a difficult one, because firstly I know I totally get what you're saying, but there's a fine line I think between, well, that's also single use. I don't have the idea of sachets.
Well, normally it's compostable, like paper sachets.
Well, we don't have compostable stuff here. So this is the thing. That's actually another debate altogether, by the way, because I didn't realise, but I've been putting our dog food, compostable things, in the recycling.
Right.
Which I think actually, not only it can't be recycled because it's compostable, but I wonder if it even buggers up the whole load of thing.
We need to do research.
Compostable versus recycling is a baffling one.
Right.
I don't know. I think it's finding the perfect balance, isn't it, with what we leave. I look like I'm sort of here for a presentation or something.
You do. Yeah, we'll figure it out. And then just another little look at the bedroom down here. I know you guys have seen it already and it's not that different to when you last saw it, but when I showed you last time it was getting dark. So this is how it looks in the daylight. So cozy. And again, the robes just look so good with the colour scheme. We're going to look at getting some flowers, I think some dried hydrangeas or something up there. That'll look great. And I noticed a few comments about scenting the cottage, that a few of you might be sensitive to reed diffusers. So noted, we are going to remove all of them. And if you do want to add your own scent when you come to the cottage, obviously we do provide the Aromatherapy Associates diffusers, and you can put scent in them, which we'll provide if you would like to. But we're going to take out all the diffusers, and we're going to have an allergy friendly option for the bed linen as well. Took on board your comments about that. Obviously feather and down, whatever these ones are, is so comfortable and you'll have the best night's sleep. But obviously if any of our guests have got allergies, we will provide non-feather options as well, which I think we'll probably keep in the little cupboard, and we'll obviously check with guests if they have any allergies before they check in. And my camera battery is flashing, and this is probably a very long vlog. So darlings, I'm going to say thank you for watching. If you haven't already, then please do check out the Straw Top Cottage website. I think there might be a few availabilities left, maybe in January. I'm not sure. Have a little look. I think there were a few glitches on the booking system, but we will double check that this afternoon so that it's all perfectly up and running for you when this video goes live. And darlings, that's all from us. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye.